Reporting live from CBD headquarters, Laura Podesta, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
All right, Laura, thank you, and stay with us.
In for a rotten morning.
Yeah, winter parking rules started about 2 hours ago. That means tickets and tows.
And every year I feel so bad for the people getting their cars towed. No one wants to get their car towed, but the city has tried to warn people till April 1st. Now, we have seen dozens of cars stream into the city pound here on the top of tow trucks, and then not long we will see some cabs pull up, some nice friends pull up to deliver folks who have to come here and retrieve their cars. So far, we saw one man here this morning. He didn't want to talk on camera. Reporting live from the city pound, Jessica D'Onofrio, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Can't blame the guy, Jess. Thank you. Cubs owner Todd Ricketts is now working on Donald Trump's transition team. The President Trump's so-called victory tour is going to be met with protests here in Chicago. Country music star Dolly Parton is working on a relief fund to help victims of the Great Smoky Mountain wildfires in Tennessee.
Situation there. Well, good morning. Well, what we are starting off with this morning, just a few flurries flying around now and then. Nothing extreme at all, and nothing that is even going to amount to being really measurable. So even some light drizzle that's being reported up around Pell Lake as well as Burlington. It's 37 in Winnetka, 36 degrees in Monee, Plainfield at 36, Gilbert's at 35, 37 right now at O'Hare, and 38 degrees out at Midway. So at best today, we'll probably tap about 40 degrees. That's right around the average high for this first day of December, Roz.
Yeah, it's really unbelievable, December 1st, and we're still talking about construction on the roads, but most of it is overnight construction, and they are in the process of picking most of it up. But I do want to talk about the situation on the Stevenson. I have some updated information. This happened shortly before 1 in the morning. We had a semi on the northbound Harlem entrance to the inbound Stevenson lost a very large container, and they've had the ramp closed ever since. We can pull up a picture from the IDOT website so you can see that the semi is still there, but IDOT says they're making progress, and they should have that ramp reopened within the next 15 to 20 minutes, so keep your fingers crossed. Let's take a look outside. The Kennedy Expressway, well, they still have the reversibles closed.
Are good at giving. Results of Giving Tuesday coming up. Student debt, the results of Giving Tuesday, and the cost of Christmas trees. Maribel Aber live from the NASDAQ in New York this morning. Hey, Maribel.
Good morning, Terrell. Let's start right here. It's going to cost taxpayers $108 billion to help people pay off their student loans. That's billion. The estimated late in the session, the Dow gained 2 points, NASDAQ fell 56, and the S&P 500 lost 5 points. Today in Tokyo, the Nikkei was up more than 200 points, and right now looks like futures are pointing to a lower open. Reports on construction spending and motor vehicle sales are due out later today. The creator of the Big Mac has died, 98. Giving Tuesday set a record this year. About $168 million in charitable donations was made on the day. That's 44% more than last year. Giving Tuesday was started back in 2012 as a way for consumers to encourage each other through social media to donate their time, talents, or cash to a cause or organization. You may end up paying more for a Christmas tree this year. Fires in other states. 23 days until Christmas, Tanya and Terrell, and my artificial tree is up.
That's what I was about to say.
Maribel, I'm with you, also because I have to keep it up until January 7th. That's Orthodox Christmas. A real tree would never last for me, so I'm good with the fake tree.
No.
And I totally feel for the people who love the real tree because there's nothing like that smell. So sorry they're going to be paying more this year.
Yeah. It's a wild one. All right, Maribel, appreciate it. Thanks. 5:13 this morning. A lot of factors are important when you are buying luggage.
And before that next trip, we'll help.
With quite a bit of cloud cover today, of course, we will take a look at our Thursday forecast and the weekend all coming up.
Bible caught it. All right, if you're heading out today, what's the weather going to be like, Tracy?
Yeah, that sounds much more pretty than what I have to talk about, really. But hey, kicking off the new month, of course, November going out on a fairly above average note, and December Sunday. Now, our Saturday is going to turn out to be rather chilly. Sunday, however, we are going to start the day with some snow. Could even get our first measurable snowfall of the season for many of us. And then it will change over to some rain in the afternoon. So far, it's looking as though we could even get as much as an inch of snow in a few spots. So nothing major, but even still, our first measurable is going to be a possibility. Our satellite and radar picture this morning showing the cloud cover that is with us. Average high today is 40. I think we're probably going to hit about 40 degrees this afternoon. 37 right now out at O'Hare. AccuWeather showing that the wind is out of the west at about 13. 36 in Kenosha and Lake Villa. It's 36 Elburn, 35 Yorkville, 37 in Lisle, 37 in Crete and Odell, and it's 35 in Cedar Lake as well as in Kentland. So here's a closer look, and there you see the satellite picture. Now and then you're going to see these greens, and that's showing where there is a little bit of drizzle around the area. But meanwhile, also, we've had a few flurries around too. All in all, we are counting on quite a bit of cloud cover throughout the day today, where they have been dealing with now what was that severe weather outbreak just a day or two ago. It's all quiet across the southeast. This morning, mostly cloudy for us. At times, a little bit of drizzle, some flurries, really not going to amount to anything measurable whatsoever. Plenty of clouds this afternoon. High temperatures generally topping out around 40 degrees today. Plenty of clouds coming our way here tomorrow with highs only in the 30s. As we do head in toward that weekend, we are looking for those chilly conditions on Saturday with highs only in the 30s. Sunday, as we talked about, we get that snow that does change over to some rain during the afternoon. Signs pointing to next week showing temperatures in the mid-40s, but the end of next week showing a mighty cold outbreak potential for us.
Really decent driving conditions. We do have a crash just happened inbound on the Bishop Ford right around 115th. It's a car that ended up in the ditch. IDOT's with it, so they're going to pull it out of there. We may see some lane blockage, but we do have delays on the inbound Bishop Ford north of that location, and that's from the leftover road work. It's really slow from that point all the way into the merge of the Dan Ryan. And speaking of the Dan Ryan, we can take a look at that. Concern I have about this weather on the weekend, they're doing all of that construction to get that flyover ramp open. And if they have rain and snow and all kinds of issues, they may not get that thing open. So
Fingers crossed,
we'll
right?
see.
All right, we'll see what happens, Ross. Thanks, appreciate it.
Time now is 5:20. It took a whole day and a whole team of people, but this morning, Tracy tells us in a little bit. Now to the mystery over what happened to a California mom who vanished for 3 weeks before being found on the side of a road.
Rescuers have saved the giant manatee from a storm drain out in Florida.
Flurries flying around early this morning, a little patchy drizzle too, but we're not expecting any accumulation. Highs today right around 40 degrees. We will give you the details on our next 12 hours specifically coming up. Russ?
115th. It's hitting the brakes at 119th, maybe a little south of there, and continues slow all the way into the Ryan merge. We're going to take a quick break, and then I'll tell you what's happening at Harlem and I-55. We do have an update. We'll be right back.
And so no delay now. We'll get right over to Tracy to find out more about whether we'll see
One hand in your neighborhood. Take you closer in on live Doppler 7 Max out around Lamont right now. A little bit of a combination of some of those really tiny snow grains as well as some drizzle there. And then some just drizzle up across southern Wisconsin being reported this morning too. Nothing even remotely measurable. 37 degrees in St. Charles, 37 degrees out at O'Hare, 38 degrees at Midway, and 38 that temperature now at the lakefront. So the next 12 hours will bring us just a lot of cloud cover, kind of a ho-hum day. Nothing major, and that's good news, especially for the morning commute. Ross?
Absolutely, Trace. It's rain here and there. It's not affecting the pavement. We can see the driving conditions. We'll look at the Stevenson are good. A little cloud cover there, but really not affecting anything. And we do have news about the Stevenson. Earlier this morning, shortly before 1 this morning, we had a crash involving a semi. They closed the northbound Harlem entrance to the inbound Stevenson. We've got a camera here from IDOT's website, and you can see everything's clear. They've reopened that ramp just a few minutes ago, so that should help your commute. We'll have another check of traffic for you in less than 10 minutes. Tanya and Terrell.
Okay, Roz, you know we like to keep it light here, but we're going to go all Grinch on everyone now. It is not the most wonderful time of the year, at least not for today. Hundreds of car owners are going to find out that they've been towed.
Yeah, winter parking rules just went into effect in Chicago about 2.5 hours ago or so. Jessica D'Onofrio was live from East Garfield Park this morning. Jess?
We're not paying attention to this winter parking ban that